Great team win. Really proud of our group. Obviously, I thought Kyren's energy and production was outstanding. That's the kind of player that he's been for us. You end up getting him back, and I think he really picked up where he left off the last time that he played. But I thought overall, Matthew did a great job managing the game. I thought the offensive line was outstanding, being able to be really productive in both phases, both the run and the pass. Tyler Higbee made a handful of contributions. I thought Royce Freeman, what a great run that he had. Really, he had a bunch of great runs throughout the course of the day, but I thought his last touchdown run, running through a free hitter on the backside, who's an excellent football player that I have tremendous respect for, to be able to finish that off. It was a really good job. And then I thought defensively, we did an excellent job after we settled in after their first scoring drive where they get the 2-point conversion. I thought the stop that Jordan Fuller had on the pass breakup and fourth down to give us good field position, we were able to turn that into a touchdown, was big. I thought there was a lot of good examples of complementary football. Love working with this group. We really challenged them coming off of the bye to just continue to stack blocks. Let's see that development. Today was a step in that right direction. We'll enjoy this. And then got a great challenge coming up with the Browns. Mm-hmm. Sure. Your first team was in after an opening touchdown that they've really clamped down. Are you watching them kind of grow up? Absolutely, Jordan. And I think guys are playing with confidence. Obviously, missing Quentin Lake was a big deal, but I thought both Rush Yeast, I thought Jacoby Durant stepped up. John Johnson's playing a bunch and playing at a really high level. Jordan Fuller's leadership, being able to have Ernest Jones. Obviously, I thought Aaron made his presence felt. And I loved the way that Kobe Turner responded after he had the penalty that ended up enabling them to be able to go for the 2-point conversion. He's a steady, mature beyond his years rookie. And, I'm really proud of those guys. And I've definitely seen that over the last couple weeks. And I think the coaching staff, Raheem and the defensive coaches have done such a phenomenal job, and I'm proud of those guys. First time in a while, you guys had the offense play well and the defense play well. Yeah. Does that give you confidence that you guys could make a playoff run? I think what we're interested in is taking care of our business 1 week at a time, and that's what keeps you relevant in those types of conversations, and our players know that. How do we really continue? You've heard me say it over and over till I'm blue in the face, Gary. Consistency is the truest measurement of performance. So how much can we consistently stack good performances on top of one another by being able to be, consistent throughout the course of the week with our preparation, with our ability to try to put our players in the right positions, and thought they delivered in a big way. And I was really proud of the way that, that we finished that game last week, and seemed like we came out, we started off really well offensively, other than that first drive that Jordan just asked about. I thought defensively, and then they made some plays too. You give those guys credit for making some plays to be able to extend that drive and then be able to ultimately finish it off with a touchdown and the 2-point. But it's about 1 week at a time, and if we do that and continue to get better, then I think those conversations always take care of themselves, and that's what served us well in previous years as well. How different is the energy on this offense when Kyren plays? What do you think? Seems high to me too. He's just he's a really good football player, and he's one of those guys. He loves competing, and when you've got that natural just zest and enjoyment for going out there and playing the game, and then, oh, by the way, you're really productive. He's doing a great job, and I think Ron Gould's leadership from that group is on display week in and week out. But Kyren is just so conscientious. He loves to compete. He's worked really hard. He's worked really hard in his just to be able to get himself back to perform at that level. It was cool to see. His family was here today, but it's a big difference, and I think you've seen that the last 2 times that he's played happened to be against the same opponent, but he was playing really good football prior to that, and now let's continue to take steps in the right direction. But that was a big deal getting him back today. On Friday, you said that you wanted to give him a good workload, but also be cognizant of how many snaps he played for the game. Yep. I don't know exactly what it came out as, but I thought it was excellent by Ron to be able to get Royce in there. It was kind of a 2-to-1 ratio, what it seemed like. He ended up having, it says 16 carries right here, and 6 for 6 on his targets and receptions. So he was really productive, but I thought Royce was as well. It seemed like it was a good balance, kind of what we were hunting up today, Sarah. Kind of along those lines, Sean, what's the conversation like amongst you guys as an offensive staff when
you have that in the back of your mind, but Kyren's also being as effective?
I think you have to, going into it, because my nature is you want to be able to ride the hot hand, but I think you want to have a disciplined approach. And then it's also a credit to the trust that we have in Royce and what he's earned over the last month and what he's done. And I think those two really had I thought they were great compliments to one another today. I want to see that, moving forward. And I thought it was also great to be able to get Higgs, some snaps off, both Hunter Long, Davis Allen. I mean, what a big catch by Davis Allen on the third down, going down and making a big time play to extend what ended up being a scoring drive to Higbee. So I'm really I'm pleased with just the coach's ability to be able to get some rotations going. Looked like Cooper got banged up early on in the game. I was glad that he was able to continue to compete. He affected the game in a lot of different ways, and really our receiving group as a whole, I thought it was a great example of the selflessness that is on display by the leadership from Eric Yarber all the time. And then the guys made their plays when they had to. Tutu Atwell had two big catches. The one on the first drive of the game to be able to win the isolation one-on-one on the backside on a 3rd down and 8 for 42 was a huge play right there.
I wanted to ask about your tight ends. Obviously, Tyler was effective in the red zone.
He was.
But in terms of the run blocking, getting those other younger guys more involved in the blocking surface on some of those like quintessential Higbee plays.
Yeah.
What was the conversation like to see how those been installed with those young guys?
It was really the same thing that we wanted to be able to have on display, like what Sarah asked earlier, in terms of being able to not, wear Kyren down. We want to make sure that we're cognizant of, hey, we have such trust in Tyler Higbee. He's played so many snaps. But let's also say, hey, these guys have done a great job. Nick Cayley gets these guys prepared. And I thought Davis Allen and both Hunter Long did a nice job stepping up. And they got their work during the course of the week. I thought their practice performance ended up translating to game reality today. And, the more depth that we can have, the better those guys will be throughout the course of the season and the 6 games that we're guaranteed left.
Couple more guys. Yeah, Sean,
He's going to be okay, yeah.
Sean, you mentioned the
Hey, Omar. Good.
you mentioned the consistency and the stress on that. For some of these young guys, they haven't been this close to the playoffs. Do you have to say, hey, don't worry about the standings? Do you actively have to put that message out there?
Yeah, I'm not naive to the fact that they're going to see these types of things, but the truth is the only way that you continue to stay in the hunt or put yourself in a position to be able to get in is by handling your business 1 week at a time. And so what I think's easy about it is, hey guys, you like this feeling and you like to be able to play meaningful ball into December and hopefully into January. Well, let's continue to take care of our business, and those things have a way of sorting themselves out if you just stay completely present, keep enjoying this journey, and let's play as good a football as we possibly can.
Do you sense an excitement within, to Jordan's question earlier, that they're seeing this development in real time? Do you get a sense of excitement from them?
I do, but I felt that throughout the whole season, and I think they've been really consistent. We had some tough, close losses or where we just came up short, and a lot of good opportunities to be able to establish and develop some grit and to be able to continue to learn. But they've been a fun, consistent group in terms of the energy that they've brought, all the different things that they present in terms of the coachability, the accountability, and it's awesome to be able to see a lot of the work pay off with some good positive results like we've had the last couple weeks. And let's keep doing that. Because I do think there is something to be able to, say about learning how to win, and that's by feeling what these things feel like, and then just continuing to take steps in the right direction.
Kyren breaks off, I believe, 26 yards on the screen. What's your reaction to seeing Steve Avila running right down the sideline with him?
Kind of par for the course. He's done a great job in the screen game all year. I really think, Wendell does a great job as a whole. He was a pretty good player in the screen game, throwing, that was when he could throw low on people back when he was playing for New England. But I really think Steve is doing a great job. And I thought, that play in particular, Alaric Jackson did a great job of really being able to be the first one out right there, Steve. But I thought the screen game as a whole, that's where you see, Kyren's production. Most of that was on screens today. And offensive line has been key and critical, and then Matthew does such an excellent job of being able to set that up. That's not something you take for granted. I thought he had a really good day today. All right, thank you guys.
Far away.
Matthew, what was so effective in the way you guys were able to run the ball today, and what sort of energy did that bring to the offense?
It was great. I thought Kyren and Royce did a great job, but obviously it starts up front. Those guys up front did a great job moving the front, and then our guys on the outside competed too. Anytime you have, chunk runs like we were getting, guys on the outside got to compete too, and they did a great job of that. I thought Sean had a great plan coming into the game. Our guys up, our coaches did a great job of putting us in position to kind of keep them guessing. Is it inside? Is it outside? Is it mid zone? Is it whatever? Just trying to give them a bunch of different things to look at. They do a good job on defense of giving you a million different looks, and it's difficult to game plan for. And I thought our guys did a great job of that.
What made Kyren so effective coming out of the backfield as a receiver today?
I think he's pretty good at it all the time. I think they were playing really deep to short on a lot of our play action passes, just trying to kind of dare us to throw it down the field, and I was just trying to check it down. He did a nice job making those plays into efficient plays, if not explosive, for us. Caught a couple screen passes and did a great job. I thought our guys did a great job getting out in front. Some of those were some interesting looks where, a tackle's expecting to block somebody, the guy drops, they added onto the screen, did a great job. So, again, a lot of mix, right? Drop back screen, play action screen, catching it out of the backfield off play actions, whatever it was, he did a nice job.
Sean mentioned how effective the offensive line is on playing those screens, and Ryan Wendell, the coach, obviously being
Yeah.
a big part of that as well. What do people maybe on the outside not know that needs to happen on those downfield to become effective plays?
Well, they're not really allowed to throw anymore, so it's even more difficult than it used to be for those guys. They used to be able to run out there and just jump at a guy's legs and get him out of the way. So now you got to have great athletes at the offensive line positions, and we do. We got a bunch of young guys that can move and are really good in space, and backs that can set them up. Obviously, our coaches do a great job of scheming them into some really good looks, and those are fun to watch as a quarterback. Flip one off, slow the rush down, and flip one to a back and watch him go for a big one is nice.
Can you explain what it's like from your standpoint to hit Higbee twice and to have such versatility throughout the whole afternoon?
Yeah, it was great. I'm glad Higgs got in the end zone a couple times. Ran a couple, a really nice route on the one that broke the tackle on the other. So it was great to get him in the end zone. I think I probably left one out there too. So could have been a really, really big day, but I thought our guys did a really nice job. Sustained drives, that's a tough defense on third down. I mean, they give you just everything you could possibly think of look-wise. Our guys up front handled it, and our guys on the perimeter, if we caught it short of the sticks, did a nice job of getting first downs after that. So it takes everybody, and everybody had a nice day.
How do you describe Kyren's energy?
He loves to play. The passion he plays with is obvious. I know it probably jumps out off the screen when you guys watch it on TV, but being in the huddle with him is great. Guy loves to compete, loves to play football, and it's great to have him back.
The defense being able to adjust after an opening drive again, what does that do for you guys as an offense when you have that kind of support?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing. We were able to play some good complementary football today. Defense did a great job. Really stymieing them on the majority of the game. And it's just nice to go out on a first drive for us, put some points on the board early, give them some confidence that they can go out there and play. And hey, if we got to make some adjustments along the way, offense is doing their job. So it was nice to get out there and put some points on the board early.
Matthew, you've won a ton of games. You're a Super Bowl. Can you be excited that you're one game out of the playoff spot here after the last year and a half or so?
I think the biggest thing for us is we got to take it one game at a time. First 9 games of the season didn't go the way we wanted them to go. We had some chances in there to have a better record than we did. We didn't make those plays, didn't finish those games. And, I think last week was a true testament to just the grit and the fight this team's got. Found a way to win a game without playing our best football. A bunch of guys banged up that found a way to get it done. And then, got a little healthier this week. Played a little bit better, a little bit cleaner football, and got to continue to get better. I think starts with the week of practice. And then you got to go out there in the 3-hour window on Sundays and execute at a high level. Obviously, big challenges coming up, but got to take it one week at a time.
Couple more, yes.
So much was made about this team's youth entering the season. How do you feel about the way this team is playing entering December?
I think we're doing a decent job. I think, like I said, we're not exactly where we want to be, but the work ethic, the attention to detail, the fight, all that has been there since day one. And we have that, and we continue to have that. It's going to serve us well.
Obviously, you want to blow out today. Complimentary football last week, the gritty game that
Yep.
For the young guys to experience those wins, the different styles of wins, how important is that for the continued team growth?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, at this point of the year, it doesn't matter how you get it done. You know, you want to come out here and play the way we did today every single week. You know, the opponent has a say in that sometimes as well. You know, they might play a little bit better than, you know, other times. So you just got to find ways to win games. And winning the game last week the way we want it, being able to, you know, do it a little bit different today, those are positives. But week in and week out, I mean, it's a story of getting to want to know that week, and we got to continue to try and do that.
Last one. What'd you see on the interception? And then second of all, when you and Puka maybe aren't connecting, or there's a couple things that are going a little off in the pass game, what does it mean to be able to lean on the depth of the run game and get resettled there?
Yeah, I thought 34 made a nice play. Saw a window there earlier in the game. Tried to go back to it. Did a nice job of squatting on it. Wish I wouldn't have done that. Obviously, put our defense back out on the field. Took away points. Appreciate you bringing it up. But, no. And then in the pass game, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be things to clean up. You know, there's some things that I definitely would want back. But it was nice to, you know, be able to turn around, hand it off, and those guys get a bunch of yards. Thanks.
And we're going to bring Kyren in here.
Long or just like four weeks and not being able to, you know, do what you do best, you know, it feels good to be back. And I thank everybody, the treatment, the training staff, the coaches, my teammates, just to be able to be with me when I do get back and, you know, do the things that we got to do.
You went over 200 scrimmage yards today. Is that something that you're aware of in real time, whether it be the plays you're making or any other form of fashion? Or, I mean, what's that like?
No, not really, but like sometimes I'll peep like the little iPad thing to see how many yards I gained on a run and whatnot. But, you know, I just go out there and just try to do the best I can. And all my coaches ever since high school have always told me, let the game come to me. And I feel like when I do that, that's when I'm at my best, and I can control everything that's in front of me. So just being patient and letting it all come to me for sure.
You had told us Friday that you felt good and you were excited, but there was also that, hey, he hasn't played in 5 weeks. Were you at all surprised by
No.
the ease?
Nah, not really. I also said on Friday that, like, I'm an artist and this is my canvas. So, like, this is really what I'm telling you, like, this is really what I love to do. And, like, during those 4 weeks, I wasn't playing, but I was still in it. I was still at practice. I was still watching the film. I was still doing everything as if I was playing, but I wasn't playing. So, you know, just I'm not surprised, no, because this is what I love to do. But, like I said, I just thank everybody for, you know, being a part of what this win was today.
You talked about the energy you have. Is it different when you're on the sideline and being excited for your teammates versus actually being on the field?
1,000%. Like, yeah, when you're out there seeing the bullets fly and everything, it's a little different feeling from being on the sideline and just watching from behind. And, you know, you can just feel it more when you're out there with your teammates going through it. So just today it was fun because it was like I was finally able to be back having fun, doing what I love.
What was your offensive line doing well, and how were you reading off of them today?
Especially on the gap scheme runs, they were really with the doom blocks up to the linebackers. They were staying tight, staying thick on the D lineman, the 3-tech, and just allow me to be able to do what I do best, and that's make a decisive decision based off that linebacker. And that's what I was doing today. I was really just trying to manipulate the linebackers and follow the blocks of my own line.
You're especially effective on screen catches or
Right.
passes as well. I mean, what is it that you like, I guess, about those opportunities specifically as far as getting the ball in your hands?
The ball. I love the ball, but like you said, specifically for the screen, it's just that green grass. Like when I caught the ball and I see nothing but green grass and Steve Avila in front of me, I almost had a smile on my face before I even caught the ball. So, no, it's just being able to make plays in open space. When I love a lot of green grass, and I just like being able to play football.
Sean said you had family here today.
Yeah, a whole lot of family.
What did it mean to you? Who's here, first of all? What did it mean to you that they were here to see you not just produce but play with such joy?
Right. So my mom's here, my sister, she's here, my uncle from Miami's out here, my aunt's out here, my cousin's out here. And so, like, the last time I saw my mom was the Seattle. Like, even saw her, like, I haven't seen her in I don't know how many weeks it's been, but just being able to see my mom again and my sister and just being able to, you know, they know how much passion, they know how much I love this, and they know how much I put in to get to where I'm at now. And so, like, it's a win for all of us. Like, it's a big win for all of us, for sure.
Sounds like a strange question, but how is the ankle?
Yeah. How many 200-yard totals good? Yeah. I would say 200% this time. 200%.
Were they here because it's Thanksgiving or because you were coming off IR?
They were just here because that's family. You know, Thanksgiving was last week or this past week, but now they were just here. You know, they wanted to come to a game. This is the only game they were able to come to, so we made it happen.
Yeah. The energy that you play with, do you feel like when it's being fed off of your teammates, you feel like it rubs off on them?
Yeah, they'll come up to me and tell me like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like in the huddle, it makes a whole difference. Makes a lot of a difference when you're in there and whatnot. But that's like I said, I don't do anything on purpose. I don't try to do that to uplift them. This is who I am. Like I said, I love doing this, and when I get out there, I'm able just to play free and be who I am. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.